Good morning, children. Welcome back to the social science class. In our previous class, we know very well, we were discussing about the lesson India land resources. So, as we were discussing about the lesson India land resources, in our previous class, I know very well, we were discussing about the commercial crops. We came to know about sugarcane as well as tobacco in our previous class, which are none other than the commercial crops. Today, we are going to start with fiber crops. Today, let us try to understand what do you mean by fiber crops and what is the importance of fiber crops and what type of climate, rainfall is required for the growth of these fiber crops also in detail. First, what do you mean by fiber crops? The crops which provide raw materials for textile industry are called fiber crops. See, textile industry. So usually these fiber crops these fiber crops are going to provide the raw materials for the textile industry. So at present you know very well the cotton and jute. The cotton and jute are the most important fiber crops of India. So whenever we are going to speak about the fiber crops of India are mainly the cotton and jute. So these two, cotton and jute, are going to be considered the most important fiber crops of India. First, let us try to understand about the cotton. Later, we are going to discuss about the beverage crops and others also. Cotton is an important industrial and fiber crop. You know very well about the cotton. See, what are all the human needs are there, no? The basic needs of the human beings are the first food, next cloth and shelter. The cloth at present what we are going to wear, that cloths are going to be manufactured with the help of this cotton only. For that reason, the cotton is going to be considered as one of the most important industrial and fiber crop. Especially, the Indian cotton is having lot of demand in the world market also. Okay, so it provides raw material for the cotton textile industry in India. So cotton textile industry itself is going to be known as the agro-based industry, because cotton is going to be considered as the raw material for this cotton textile industry. And this cotton we are going to get from the agricultural field. So this cotton is a tropical and subtropical crop. So this cotton is there, no? It is going to be known as tropical as well as the subtropical crop also. It requires nearly 21 degrees Celsius to 24 degrees Celsius temperature and rainfall of 50 to 100 centimeters in a year. See, if we are planning to grow the cotton, that area should experience the temperature in between 21 degrees Celsius to 24 degrees Celsius, and at the same time the annual rainfall should be in between 50 to 100 centimeter. The areas, those who are going to experience this type of climate are very suitable for the growth of cotton. Especially when it comes to the soil, the black soil is going to be known as a best suitable soil for the growth of this cotton crop. And at the same time, this cotton is also a kharif crop. So as it is the kharif crop, this cotton can be grown very effectively, especially where in cotton soil, black cotton soil. Okay, So black soil is there, no? It is very very suitable for the production of cotton. Okay. So Kharif crop means, I said you in the beginning itself. So mainly we are going to see three seasons: Kharif season, Rabi season, and the Zaid season. Kharif season is going to begin with onset of monsoon rains. In the sense, from the June to July we are going to sow the seeds, and October and November we are going to harvest the crops. Now it is the time for harvesting of this cotton. Okay. Gujarat, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu are major producers of cotton in India. So, especially when it comes to India, these are some of the important states which are going to produce the cotton in our country. India has the largest cotton growing area and is the third largest producer of raw cotton in the world. Say, when it comes to the whole world, India is having largest land under the cultivation of cotton, but especially when it comes to the production of, India stands the third position in the world. Okay, so this is about the fiber crops. So as we have successfully discussed about the fiber crops, now we are going to discuss about the beverage crops. What do you mean by beverage crops? The crops which are used to produce stimulating drinks are called beverage crops. So usually these crops are going to be used to manufacture or to produce stimulating drinks. Maybe it is the coffee, tea, or the most important beverage crops of India. So tea and coffee are there, no? Tea and coffee are going to be considered as the most important the beverage crops of India. So for example, you know very well about the tea and coffee. Many of you people might have experienced. So many of you people might be using this tea and coffee in our day-to-day life. So first we are going to discuss with tea. Tea is the most important and cheapest of all the beverages. Now you see, when we are going to discuss about the beverage crops, among all the beverage crops, tea is the most important and the cheapest of all the beverage crops. India is the second largest producer of tea in the world after China. So the first place goes to the China. So next to China, it is the India which is going to produce the highest tea in the world. Tea is also a plantation crop. So this tea is also going to be known as the plantation crop, and it is a tropical and subtropical crop. So how the cotton is tropical and subtropical, no? Like that only, tea is also going to be known as a tropical as well as the subtropical crop. This tea is also requiring a temperature of 21 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, and the heavy rainfall of 150 to 250 centimeters in a year. So at the same time, this crop requires the heavy rainfalls in between 150 to 250 centimeters per annum. Okay, so it grows best in a deep and fertile soil. So usually for the tea, which soil is very very suitable? That is the deep as well as the fertile soil is very very suitable for the production of tea. Rich in humus, it requires hill slopes with an altitude of 1200 to 2400 meters above sea level. So usually the tea can be grown very effectively on the hill slopes. Okay, so especially tea is mainly grown in Assam, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So especially when it comes to India, in India, tea is mainly grown in Assam, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So even in our Karnataka, you might have heard about the Baba Budangiri Hills. So even in the Baba Budangiri hills also, it is possible for us to produce the tea. Okay, so today we have discussed about the fiber crops and the beverage crops. Okay, so with this, today we are going to wind up our class here itself. The next period we are going to discuss about the role of horticulture and floriculture. So with that, we are going to wind up the lesson India land resources in the next period. Okay, so till to that, bye, see you, thank you.